Welcome to the channel. Today we're unpacking a controversial yet powerful tactic to stop questionable debt collection attempts. The formal debt validation request, sent by certified mail with return receipt. We will explore why phone or email disputes often backfire, how to build a bulletproof paper trail, what to include in your letter, and what to do next if the collector fails to validate. As we move through each segment, I'll provide clear steps, diagrams, and a practical template. Let's begin. Here's our roadmap. First, we'll define the problem and why phone and email tend to fail. Next, we'll explain the debt validation request and why certified mail with return receipt is critical. Then, we'll walk through a step-by-step process, cover what to do if they do not validate, and share a template and diagrams. Finally, we'll test your knowledge with quick quizzes and wrap up with key points. Let's transition into a brief but important disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is not legal advice. Consumer protection laws, timelines, and remedies vary by jurisdiction and can change. If you receive a collection notice, consult a licensed consumer law attorney in your area before taking action. With that grounding, let's proceed to the problem most people face when a surprise bill shows up. Imagine opening your mail to find a collection notice for a mysterious account or an old small debt that hasn't appeared on your credit report. It's stressful and confusing. The first instinct might be to call or email, but that's where many consumers make a critical mistake. Transitioning from the scenario, let's discuss why phone and email disputes fall short. Phone and email disputes are inherently risky because they produce weak or contested evidence. There's no reliable, official record of what was said or when. A collector can claim they never received your message or mischaracterize the conversation. Calls expose you to pressure tactics and on-the-spot admissions that might harm your position. Emails can land in spam or be dismissed. To move from reactive to proactive, you need a method that creates undeniable proof of what was sent and when. That brings us to the debt validation request and certified mail with return receipt. A debt validation request is a formal written letter that challenges the collector to prove the debt is yours, that they have authority to collect, and that the balance is accurate. When you send this request in writing, especially within the applicable dispute window after receiving the collector's first written notice, the law can require the collector to cease collection activities until they mail you verification. Written procedures are the key to activating these rights. Now, to make your request legally resilient, you need certified mail with return receipt. Sending your validation request by USPS certified mail with return receipt requested creates an official record. Write the certified tracking number directly on your letter before you mail it. Keep copies of the letter, the certified receipt, and the green postcard return receipt, also known as PS Form 3811. This combination forms a solid paper trail that shows exactly what was sent, to whom, and when it was delivered. With the foundation set, let's walk step by step through the complete process. Follow this sequence carefully. First, use the collector's official mailing address from the written notice. Draft a concise, factual validation request. Write the certified tracking number at the top of your letter. Make 2 full sets of copies. Mail the letter via USPS certified mail with return receipt requested. Retain the receipt and track delivery on the USPS site. When the signed green card or digital confirmation arrives, file it with your copies. Avoid phone and email. Keep everything in writing. Track your dates, when mailed and when delivered, and wait for mailed verification. If they provide validation, review the documents and check for ownership, balance, dates, and chain of assignment. If they do not validate but continue to collect or report, stop responding to them directly and consult a licensed consumer law attorney, as fee-shifting laws may allow attorneys to pursue violations without upfront cost to you. With the steps laid out, let's visualize the process with another diagram. In this sequence, you send the validation request to the collector by certified mail. USPS provides tracking and, upon delivery, a confirmation or the returned green card. If your dispute was sent within the applicable window after their first notice, the collector must pause active collection until they mail you verification. Once you receive any validation, you review it to confirm the debt's ownership, accuracy, and the collector's authority. Next, let's detail what to ask for in your letter. Your letter should request proof that the debt belongs to you and that the collector has legal authority to collect. Ask for the original creditor's name, any account identifiers, and a clear chain of assignment if the debt was sold. Request an itemized breakdown of the alleged balance, including fees and interest, Ask for copies of any contracts or statements bearing your signature where applicable. State that collection should cease until validation is mailed. And ask that the debt not be reported to credit bureaus unless and until it is validated. If it has been reported without validation, note that you expect removal. Finally, direct all responses to your mailing address and keep everything in writing. Now, let's give you a practical template in Markdown you can adapt. Use this Markdown template as a starting point. Fill in your details and the date of the collector's notice. Include the certified tracking number at the top. Explicitly request the original creditor details, proof of authority and chain of assignment, an itemized breakdown of the amount, and copies of any contract or statements. State that collection should pause until mailed validation arrives. Instruct them not to call or email you and to conduct all communications by mail. Keep your tone factual and neutral. Next, we'll compare communication methods so you can see why certified mail stands apart. This table contrasts phone, email, regular mail, and certified mail with return receipt. Phone calls provide almost no provable record. Emails are frequently disputed or ignored. Regular mail offers limited proof of receipt. Certified mail with return receipt provides a strong, admissible paper trail with tracking and a signature, making it difficult for collectors to deny receipt and allowing you to control the timeline. Now, let's compare outcomes depending on whether the collector validates or fails to validate. On the left, when a collector validates, you review the documents for ownership, balance accuracy, and their authority to collect. If you find discrepancies, respond in writing with specific disputes. Depending on your situation, you might negotiate or consult counsel. On the right, if they fail to validate, yet continue collection or credit reporting, maintain your records and consult a licensed consumer law attorney. Many consumer protection statutes provide fee shifting, allowing attorneys to pursue violations without you paying up front. With outcomes clear, let's test your understanding with a quick quiz. Quiz time. The question is, what is the strongest way to dispute a questionable debt at the start? Option A. Call the collector and argue your case. Option B. Send a polite email. Option C. Mail a written debt validation request via certified mail with return receipt and tracking on the letter. Option D. Ignore the notice and hope it goes away. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is C. A written debt validation request sent by certified mail with return receipt and the tracking number placed on the letter itself creates a clear, provable paper trail and activates legal protections. Let's reinforce this with another quick question. Here's the next question. Which detail should you include directly on your validation letter before mailing? Option A. Your Social Security number. Option B. The USPS certified tracking number. Option C. Your bank account number. Option D. A personal guarantee to pay later. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. The USPS certified tracking number. This connects your proof of mailing to the specific document, strengthening your evidence. Now, to deepen understanding, we'll include an additional diagram prompt to conceptualize the full decision flow. This flowchart illustrates the full decision path. After receiving a collector's notice, you send a debt validation request via certified mail with return receipt. Once delivery is confirmed, the chart branches. If the collector validates, you review documents for ownership, balance accuracy, and collection authority. If it checks out, you may consider resolution options. If there are errors, send a written dispute. If the collector does not validate, they must pause collection until validation is mailed. If they continue to collect or report without validating, the diagram points you to consult a consumer law attorney and preserve all evidence. Additional reminders include keeping copies of your letter, the mailing receipt, and the green card, while avoiding phone and email communications to protect your paper trail. Let's consolidate key points. These are the essentials. Always dispute in writing. Send your debt validation request via certified mail with return receipt and write the tracking number on the letter. Keep copies of the entire package. If you sent the dispute within the applicable window after their first notice, the collector must pause collection until validation is mailed. If they continue collecting or reporting without validating, consult a licensed consumer law attorney. Now, we'll summarize and suggest next steps. In summary, draft your debt validation request using the provided template, Send it via certified mail with return receipt and track delivery. File the green card and receipts with your copies. If validation arrives, review it carefully and respond in writing. If the collector fails to validate yet continues collection or reporting, consult a consumer law attorney. As we close, I'll share a creative call to action so more people can protect themselves. Thank you for watching. If this video clarified how to stop questionable debt collection with a strong, documented validation request, please like the video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more actionable consumer protection content. I'd love to hear your questions, experiences, and success stories in the comments. See you in the next one.